Upon the stroke of 10, the moon sought refuge behind a veil of murky clouds, rendering the stars shy of making an appearance in the firmament. Nature had descended into a silent slumber, resembling the solemn stillness that accompanies the shadow of death. Amidst this serenity, I ventured through a dense forest of towering oaks, inching closer to the quaint cottage of my father, with each step pulling me into a soothing melancholy. Suddenly, a morbid thought intruded upon my tranquility, reminding me of a recent tragedy that unfolded but a few hundred paces ahead, where a hapless devotee of Bacchus found his drunken revelry cut short by a lethal embrace with a tree. The icy fingers of fear quickly enveloped my heart. Despite having long rid myself of juvenile fantasies of ghostly apparitions, the eerie silence of the night rekindled the embers of ancient fears. I proclaimed to the quietude of the night my disdain for such superstitious tales, yet the shadows seemed to dance with a sinister glee. As the dreaded spot neared, a fierce battle between my cultivated philosophy and primal fears ensued within the chambers of my heart. I attempted to drown the whispers of fear with a tune, yet the echoes of my own voice seemed to mock my futile endeavor. As I approached the feared scene, my heart raced against my calm resolve. The landscape dipped, forcing me to ascend a small hill before confronting the site of the tragedy. With bated breath, I looked towards the ominous spot, only to find a whitish, obscure object where the fatal tree once stood. A cocktail of shame and courage nudged me forward, unveiling the mundane reality. The dreaded object was but the stump of the fatal tree recently removed to safeguard others from a similar gruesome fate. Victory against my own fears called for a celebration. I dismounted, seating myself upon the stump that once was the vessel of my terror, reveling in the conquest of my rational mind over baseless fear. My triumph was short-lived, as the rustle of leaves and a heavy tread advancing towards the road snatched away the veil of bravery, replacing it with a familiar dread. My eyes widened as a large snow-white figure emerged from the woods, its legs concealed by the shadows, giving it an eerie semblance of floating. The ghostly figure seemed to transfigure with every step, its eyes transforming into fiery orbs, piercing through the veil of night. As the apparition drew closer, the icy tendrils of fear squeezed tighter, rendering my body motionless. Suddenly, the ghostly silence was shattered by a dismal sound, resembling the last desperate gasps for breath. The phantom fear had rendered me a prisoner of my own mind. But as the reality dawned upon me, the chains of terror shattered into fragments of laughter. The spectral figure was none other than a harmless cow, its black legs camouflaged against the dark terrain, its eyes reflecting the scant light, painting a tableau of terror that existed only in the theater of my mind. Thus, as the eerie scene unraveled into a comical reality, I was reminded of the whimsical power the mind holds, capable of painting horrors on a benign canvas, under the right guise of shadows and whispers of fear. A lesson whispered by every ghostly tale, urging one to look beyond the veil of fear, to seek the benign reality lurking beneath the ghostly apparitions conjured by the restless mind.